a blade wielded from a noble family, a crossbow that was passed down through generations upon generations of marksmen, a staff that it was once wielded by an all-powerful archmage that has long since passed. These weapons have prestige, history, and most of all, raw power. These are ancestral weapons. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Tales of Octavia YouTube channel. My name is Francis. I'm a dungeon master and a Twitch streamer, and today we're going to be talking about the Ancestral Weapons supplement for 5e, which is actually a DM's Guild supplement. I'll leave a link to it in the description below if you want to check it out. It's about $5 right now, and especially with fall and eventually December coming up, there's bound to be some sale, so consider checking it out. And this is a supplement that I have been looking at for a while now, and I finally got it. And basically, it removes a huge problem in 5e that I think, and that is trying to grow with your starting weapons. In my opinion, there comes a point in the game where essentially you have to ditch your starting weapon, which could be, depending on your backstory, a family sword or a ancient weapon of your clan or village, for something as simple as maybe a +1 great axe or a sword that does, I don't know, fire damage. The point I'm trying to make is this supplement actually fixes all of that. Ancestral weapons use what is called the spirit point system, or the legacy point system that for some reason I like to call. When the players grow in this campaign and they perform such great achievements, the DM rewards them what is known as spirit points. And depending on the number of spirit points that you have with said weapon, you can actually purchase upgrades and unlock your own legacy as you grow throughout the campaign. If you look at the book, there's so many spirit point enchantments that you can make, and some of these are actually really useful. I believe there's one that gives you advantage on death saving throws, and there's also one that lets you store weapons, and some of these enchantments can be upgradable, and some of these can be powerful, especially in the hands of a fighter or a rogue. What I do like about it is that there's also no limit. So if you want to buy a lot of the level 1 enchantments, you can essentially do that. And as a DM, my initial thoughts when looking at this was that it was overpowered because some of the limitations are kind of easy to get depending on how they roll their stats and whatnot. But then it's actually not, because these spiritual weapons or legacy weapons are considered as attuned weapons. And depending on how the DM rules it, these ancestral weapons also have a legacy or ancestry that's associated with the weapon. It's not like someone can just use all of their spirit points, enchant one weapon, and then give it off to their barbarian companion so that they can smack even harder than before. That's not how it works. It is up to the DM to determine who is worthy of said legacy, and if they're not, then the weapon that they give just behaves as a regular base weapon. And I like this because this is a collaboration between the DM and the players, because it gives the players agency in determining what is actually a ancestral weapon, and they basically can grow from the beginning of your campaign to the end of your campaign with a customizable weapon. Overall, I want to use this in my next campaign. Right now I'm currently in the middle of a campaign, so I can't really introduce more mechanics. Otherwise I'd probably just make my players confused. But eventually I definitely want to use this. Say you're in my shoes and you can't really do the ancestral weapon and the spirit points and stuff, you can actually make ancestral weapons that don't have any spirit points attached. You just use the weapon, determine how many spirit points you have, and make a customizable weapon of your choice. And that's actually pretty handy and something I'm actually considering. Also, what I like about it is that it's not very stressful on the DM's side because of all of the guidelines and because of all of the descriptions that the supplement goes into. All that the DM needs to figure out is what is considered an ancestral weapon, when do the players receive spirit points, and finally, who is worthy of receiving said ancestral weapon. And this can be very easy to solve. This could take a little bit of time to solve, but maybe your players need to craft their own legacy and achieve great things with said weapon beforehand. So that's always pretty fun. I do like giving my players agency when it comes to D&D and running the game. It doesn't seem broken, and I'm very excited to use this in my future campaign. And that is the DM's Guild quick look or review of the Ancestral Weapons by Dungeon Rollers. I hope you enjoyed this quick look. I didn't want to spoil more of the actual book itself because that would kind of defeat the purpose of this video. I do recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you want to see more DM's Guild reviews or you want to see more of my D&D content, hit the like button and consider subscribing. I post new videos every single week. And as always, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we hang out and just chatting, talk about D&D and life in general in these crazy times. And we play a lot of RPGs, so come hang out. It'll be fun. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. So, bye guys.
Well, I was actually looking for this debt collector that
we got that all taken care of.
that Esther was telling me, and I was trying to look for him and I couldn't find him.
Good, stay away.
Don't worry about it, everyone.
Why?
come
What's
with
wrong?
me.
He's a debt collector.
Everyone.
They're common. I've dealt with them all the time.
We'll get with you in one moment. Take the shot. We'll be right back.
It's 9 in the morning.
Take the shot, goddammit!
And it's noon somewhere. Take the shot. We'll be right back.
Make a persuasion check.
I make this intimidation instead because you're really pissing me off.
Sure.
I've advantage.
It's coming from you.
Okay, the highest I rolled was an 8, plus my intimidation, so 12.